wake up bright and early on a Monday morning. You're here with me, Amaya. And of course, we always try to bring you different topics that might interest you when it comes to the practical things in life, and especially when it comes to vehicle maintenance. Now, this is something that once you buy your vehicle, you know, your car or your van or your bike, you're very happy with it. But once it comes to doing repairs for that particular vehicle, it can get a bit tricky to find out exactly what kind of parts you should be going for. And spare parts is just a different topic altogether, and it's something that not many people pay a lot of attention to, but it's very important to have the right information with you when it comes to choosing the correct spare parts for your vehicle. So to help us out with that, we have a gentleman who's been with us on the show just several episodes back as well, and he was just sharing a general vehicle tips with us, but he's here to show you how you can really give you all the knowledge you need to choose the right spare parts for your vehicle. So we have Mr. Lal Alavatta with us on the show this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Amaya.
I think early Monday morning I did something to your name also there, but I'm sorry.
Okay, totally all
but
right.
You're here with us on the show this morning. Now, this is a very important topic. I think we touched on this the last time you came as well.
Exactly, because we very briefly touched on these things about spare parts. There are different categories of spare parts. We just mentioned those categories.
Yes.
Starting from genuine parts, genuine, OEM, substitutes and duplicates. So we will just go on these 4 segments and see what it is. Genuine, we'll take genuine first.
Yes.
Genuine spare part is always recommended and sold by the manufacturer and the franchise holder or the authorized dealer of franchise holder.
Okay. Yes.
That's directly from the manufacturer. So that's number 1. That's the best quality parts when you can go for parts.
Okay.
Then the second segment is OEM, original equipment manufacturer. They basically give their requirement to a professional manufacturer to manufacture those parts to the specifications of the franchise holder or the manufacturer, so that they will manufacture those parts and give it to the agent or the manufacturer so that they can sell the part under their trade name. So that is OEM. At the same time, they can use the same part, they can manufacture it and use the same part to the open market under the OEM trade name.
Okay.
So quality is almost the same, but there's a big difference in the price.
Are the same.
Because the same manufacturer, one is for the manufacturer, the other one is for their own part under their trade name. Quality is almost the same, but under different trade names. Third one is substitute. These people are not manufacturing parts for the agent or the manufacturer, but they have substitute parts which can be used for that particular make of the part, which is identical to the part but which can be used, and it's not the same quality, little low quality, but can be used. And the fourth segment is duplicate, which is not recommended by anybody, basically by any engineer or any professional repairer. That's totally out of the question. You can't use, because you never know the quality of that part, and even the manufacturer is not mentioned even in the cover of the pack of that particular part.
Oh, I see. But do you find that people still go for these parts?
Of course, because the price is maybe 1/4 or 1/5 of the part, general part.
And I'm sure that's apparent in countries like Sri Lanka especially, and in India and
exactly.
that you can
in
get
third world countries, this is basically happening very often. And the open market is flooded with duplicate parts because of the economic conditions.
Of course. But now we've gone through the different classes of parts, but I'm sure that our viewers at home would like to know, how do you tell them apart? Because a part is a part. It will look grey and it will look like steel, but
exactly. Now I'm going to show you a duplicate and original air filter. You can't identify it in any case. Even I get cheated in certain areas. Right. This is the duplicate part. I don't know whether you can get a very.
We have to go for a very short break in just a minute, so maybe you can show the viewers at home the two parts.
Yes.
And let them try to identify what
this
each
is
part is.
Duplicate and this is original. I don't know whether you can see any difference.
Of that. I can't see a difference at all.
Even I can't see a difference.
But I'm sure there are ways of knowing whether they are duplicates or originals. So we're going for a very short break. We'll be right back with all that information on Good Morning Sri Lanka. Hello everyone, welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka. This show is all about giving you the information that you need to choose between duplicate spare parts as well as original spare parts when it comes to your vehicle, because we all know that it's very, very important to maintain the quality of your vehicle, to keep it running for a long time. It's very important to have the correct parts in place as well, and we have Mr. Lal Alavata with us, who's been showing us so far. Now, just before we went, Lal, you showed us two air filters which look exactly alike.
Yes, if you compare these two air filters, you can't see any difference by looking at it. Nobody can see a difference.
Okay.
Even the size.
But is there a quality difference?
Definitely, there's a quality difference. The size, the surface texture, printing, everything is almost the same. But there's a big difference in weight.
I see.
If you weigh this, the original is always lighter than the duplicate.
Is lighter?
Is lighter.
Okay.
Because this paper is very fine-tuned paper. This filter paper is refined.
Okay.
This is not refined. So the small holes in this paper, the filter paper, is different from size to this.
Okay.
This has very fine holes. The efficiency of this air filter is much more than this. So the efficiency of the air filter, it has a direct impact to the fuel consumption plus the wear and tear of the engine.
Oh, I see.
That's very important.
Yes.
You just neglect those areas. Air filter is air filter. For a layman, just air filter is air filter.
Yes.
But the importance is fuel consumption has a very straight direct impact on this.
Yeah.
And the wear and tear. Because for the engine you need clean air.
So let's talk about in terms of years maybe. How many years does it take away from your vehicle, the capacity to run of your vehicle, if you duplicating or original?
The service limit is almost the same.
Okay.
But the purification level of air is different. If you use a duplicate filter, your air into the engine is not very clean. Because the holes in this is bigger. Tiny holes in this, the original. So this supplies very clean air, which has a contribution to the lifespan of the engine.
Okay, I see.
So
that's
this is one tip.
That's just
to
one
exactly.
part, isn't
yes.
it?
One tip to our viewers: always the original air filter is lighter than the duplicate.
Okay.
But to compare it, you must know the weight of the original filter.
That's also
Otherwise,
true.
you don't know.
Yes.
Alright? For that, you need an experienced mechanic or an experienced engineer. Otherwise, you must go for a trustworthy seller to buy the original part. If you go to an honest seller, he will definitely give you the original part and he will not cheat you.
Of course, that's very, very important.
That's very, very important.
So it's you should make sure that whoever you're entrusting your vehicle to, the repair as well as the maintenance, is someone you can definitely trust, and then they will give you the right advice about spare parts. So this was the air filters, which was one example. Now I really couldn't tell the difference between the two, but I'm sure that there are other parts.
There are other parts
maybe
also.
We can talk about a few common ones that need to be replaced quite often, and people.
Yes, the oil filters.
Oil filters. Okay.
And there are certain vehicles, they are equipped with timing belts, very important part. So when you go for the timing belt, you must always stick to the genuine, nothing else but genuine. Even OEM we don't recommend, because there's a reason. Reason is, if timing belt breaks, that damage is very costly. Not only the timing belt, certain other big components will get damaged. To repair the timing belt problem, you will have to replace certain other components, and that the whole repair will cost you much
much more than if you just put the original in the first place.
Yes.
So exactly, there is the opportunity cost that you always have to look into, isn't it? Because in the short term you might be going for something cheaper, but in the long term it might be costing you even more money. So let's talk about the advantages and the disadvantages. The advantages of always sticking to either the original, or you said in some cases you can use OEM or even substitute. So let's talk about these three. What are the advantages?
Well, we always, as engineers, we recommend to go for the genuine part. When the genuine part is not available, there are certain instances genuine parts are not available in the open market, or it's not easily available. In those cases you can go for OEM. OEM is almost similar to the genuine, but not the same quality, but that quality is acceptable. That is good enough. Even when the OEM is not available, you can go for a substitute. So I am going to show you two oil filters.
I think we'll have to keep that for just after the break. So we'll go for a short break, and then you can find out now oil filters are something that we have to replace quite often. So this is going to be very important information, and you can stick around and find out on Good Morning Sri Lanka.